again, personal ciphers. Personal ciphers. Now, don't get me wrong, the AI could set up concerning a personal cipher, but you know, that's an awfully myopic way to look at the world. But then it again, we're the only ones telling the truth in God's word, along with the truth in the world around us. That's what we do at TS Daily Bible Studies. Yes, I'm sick. I need to talk louder. My volume is there we go. Hopefully a little louder. And so Trump's going to be at Hyatt Coralville Hotel Conference Center. And it's 300 9th Street, 52241. So when I see these and you see the 88, you see the 319 and the area code. Again, my one friend who has the 138, the 88, and the 86 and her number. And then, of course, y'all know, again, these numbers are all derived by multiplication. It's not by their pagan numerology. It's a lore the language showed me when I was middle school, high school, multiplication. So my number is 7 times 6 times 1961, and 761, the shortened version, is a number of verses between Revelation and Daniel combined, 404 and 357. I know that 357 sounds familiar, doesn't it? So we wait. We're curious. So that's my number 82364. Trump's is 163464. He and I combined have the 322 in the middle. That 322 date I was just looking at for 2024 is spectacular, and we'll get into that. So 34 is murder code. 34 is murder in gematria, along with 38, 83. So that's telling us that the murder is on 322, isn't it? You have 79, 34, 83, 38, 399. And my one other friend, or that friend with the 138, the 88, and the 86 in her number, she will be turning the 399 on 12/12, which would be just epic if the event was on that day and he were to, because she's 9399 days old. 12/12, 12 times 12, that represents the church. I mean, that's all over the book of Revelation. 12 gates, 12 pearls, all represents the 144,000, or the 144, that perfect number for the church. And we also take it a step further with the 444, because the 12th prime number is 37. And 37 is what goes into 666 888 777 999 555 444 333 222 111. And that was a code the Lord gave us a long time ago, with the collaborative effort with our friend Michael that we showed you on the Michael Letts. And again, I think his name is code, which it should be. He's got his stuff out there in the public. And he's got a family. And my name's just out there. It is what it is. It'll be what it'll be. But that 322, we'll get back to that in a second. But I want you to look. I look at the numbers two ways. I'll run the 300 with the 9, with the 52241. So it'd be 3009 52241. And the other way I'll run the number is individually. So it'll be 300. Well, you need a calculator. 300 times the 9 times the zip code of 52241. And so you see the 14105. The 14105. Well, when you go back to Trump and I's combined number, remember when my May Day friend, born May 1st, turned that many days old on March 11th? And 33 days later, I then turned that many days old, the next 5 digits. And then 33 days after that was a total lunar eclipse. So we track that. And it will land on eventually lands on New Year's Eve, Groundhog Day, but on the total solar eclipse it lands on. So this is something to, of course, track extremely carefully. And we do. And we definitely track those dates. So getting back, I want you to know my May Day friend, you see the address 14105. That's how many days old she's going to be. May 1st, 1985, to his rally on the 13th. She's literally going to be 14105. So it's definitely something to keep our right eye on. Now, about the 322, my friend will be a perfect 9,500 days old. There's 500 for Antichrist. Now that friend has the 138, the 88, 3 times 19 times 19, 98, 98th verse, of course, White Horse, the 138, the 88, and the 86ing of him in her number. She's born at 8:08 a.m. I can't prove that to you. I cannot prove that to you. She's a perfect 9,500 on that 322 day. That's in the middle, sits right in the middle of Trump and I's combined number. Myself to that day is 22905. Our other friend of October 28th, the Gateway Arch date, 18408. And I ran Trump to that date. Trump to that date is, did I already show y'all that? Is my mind just out of it? Trump is 28406. There's not a lot that jumps off the page, but it is 322. And why has 322 been a big number all this time? Why has 322 been a big number all this time? I don't know. Now, my May Day friend is, we'll wrap this up here, May 1st. She's 14201. You know, 201, the event 201. She's 14201 days away from Trump. That's why we really have to track her, because of the anomaly that took place on March 11th. But she's 14201 days away from Trump. And she will be 14201 days old on that 318 date. That keeps coming up. You know, that was all, you know, there she is, 14201 days old on 3/18/2024. That would have him, if he goes down on that day, he rises on the first day of spring. So it's just little things like that that we track. But that's his next rally. If we were to look at just the city, we can look at zip codes real quick. Why not? So incorporated in 1873. Well, that 873, that's a progression from back in the day. I don't really get into that anymore. The area code 319, her daughter's birthday. There's the 44, there's the 455. She and I's combined number. But zip code 52241, area code 319, we can multiply those out. That's all they have. Times 3.19, 666. 16648, which is Donald Trump in simple, I mean, in one of the gematria ciphers. Same one that gives us the 34 for murder, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's full reduction or what. But if we do just Donald Trump, you get the 48. That's why Jimmy Johnson's 48 car won all of those races in the rigged NASCAR. It's full reduction. That's what it is. Yeah. Anyway, that's about it. And love y'all. Glad you're here.